All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. This is Reggie versus Solace, and here I have a video we're going to talk about the Darkmoon Fair trinket Maelstrom. So it's a trinket that I use. I'm currently playing World of Warcraft on the Deviant Delight server, and I think I was the first one, probably Horde side, to be able to have all 8 cards put together before the Darkmoon Fair was out, during that little brief weekend period. And I was able to put the cards out. Now I kind of wanted to test to see the proc rates on World of Warcraft Classic. So quick recap. I've been playing this since about 2016. I'm not a pro player or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I've been playing since about 2016, and the proc rate on the private servers was abysmal. So the trinket itself was not necessarily good on the private servers. You want to keep your Black Hand's Breath and your Hodge trinket over this one. But in Classic, that's a different story. Most of the proc rates are normalized, and the proc rate happens about 10% of your attacks, and it scales with haste. So the liberum rapidity is actually a kind of a bonus when using this trinket here. So what I wanted to kind of do is explain that, show some in-game footage of a couple of fights, and then get you guys take. It's a DPS increase from 1 to 5% in rates, which is pretty amazing. You can't say the same thing. It scales better than the Black Hand's Breath you get, which is just 2% crit. So let's kind of test it out, and I can kind of show you guys how the trinket works. All right. So we're going to log in, Warblade once again, Deviant Delight server. Follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Reggie versus Solace. It's right here also. You'll be able to get that. Okay, so we're in Winter Spring here. We're going to test out the trinket and show you guys the trinket real quick. Right there, it's Darkmoon Fair trinket, chance to strike your melee target with lightning, 200 to 300 nature damage. Let me wave to this guy right here. So he might want a PvP, but we'll see anyway. All right, so my man. All right, so let's get over there and let's kind of test out the trinket here. I want to guys show you this one here too. All right, so we're going to be looking over here at the damage done. So let's go and fight. I like to, of course, I equip it all the time. I'm normally switching out between the, let me show you guys real quick. So I'm normally switching out between Darkmoon Fair card Maelstrom. Sometimes I use the Hand of Justice, which is your Hodge trinket, or the Diamond Flask, which is much better on Classic servers also. So this one here, the 9 health scales with any type of healing gear that you have on. So warriors, if you switch it out, can be able to benefit from that. But right now I'm gonna go with the Hodge and go with the Darkmoon Fair trinket here. The damage is gonna show you how much it procs. All right, so we have this guy here. We're gonna go attack. All right, cool. So I'm just going to be doing auto attacks to show you guys how often it procs. It gives a little shock value here also when it does proc. And most of the time, I say most of the time, I'm seeing it proc about 1 time per battle. So we can see here, right on screen, Lightning Strike. That's the proc name. It procced once for 6.2% of my damage, and that was just white hits. As you guys see, I have almost a full bar. It procced here 1 time, 6.2% of my damage. I've tested it out in 3 raids. Well, actually, no, about 5 raids since I acquired it, and it's between 2 to 5% of my overall damage. I had 1 raid it procced 79 times, which is pretty outstanding. So I'm going to go and attack this next one here, and we're going to see some values. Oh, I'm going to put my battle shot on, and let's kind of see how it goes. So this is pretty good. I'm just trying to show you guys that this is a good option, especially if you can find it cheap. You combine the cards 1 through 8 of the elemental decks. For my server, Darkmoon Fair starts, I think, on Sunday. Today is Friday at the time of this recording. So for people that's looking for a nice epic trinket, remember for melee, the first melee trinket is the DFT in I forgot what the name of that thing is. BWL, basically, Blackwing layer. Sorry about that. And so if you have this one here, you can possibly have 2 epic trinkets. So again, it didn't proc during that fight. We're going to test it on this one. And this time I'm going to test it with special attacks. So just proc there. You guys can kind of hear the sound effect. Yeah, so I proc'd off that one there. Let's go see how much damage it did. All right, cool. So we did that there. I heard it proc. See, I got an overpower proc on that one. Also, lightning strike, 6% of my damage. So that's pretty strong. Of course, that was also mixing in your special attacks. Lightning strike here, 228 for the proc, 6% of my damage. So let's do one more. All right, we're gonna start there with this one. Refresh my battle shout, and I've got this here. Ooh, big crits, boys, big crits. Cool. Okay. I thought I heard some procs. Let's see. Ah, cool. Look at that. So for one fight here, and that's what I wanted to show you guys. That was good. For one fight here, it proc twice within less than a minute. Because we took that guy down pretty quickly. See this guy coming up. We took that guy down pretty quickly. It proc twice for 457 damage, 10.8% of my damage for that fight. That's amazing for a trinket you don't have to do anything with. You just equip it and go. It's pretty strong in classic servers. So we'll try this one more since this Winterfall Den Watcher is coming up. And let's see if we can get lucky like that again. Ooh, we got a proc there. Cool. That sounded like 2 procs, and I'm glad it makes that sound because you can be able to see it. I mean, you can be able to hear it. Okay. So, yep, we got 2 procs, and even better, guys. It's performing even better than I would have suggested before. So you got 2 lightning strikes, less than a minute. So the PPMs is like 3 to 4, because this thing procced twice within 15 seconds, 20 seconds. 543 damage, 14.1% of my damage. All you're doing is equipping the trinket. That's all you're doing. You're gathering the cards, you equip the trinket, you do damage. It's pretty amazing here. I think the proc rates for the Darkmoon Fair, Darkmoon Card trinkets are pretty awesome. I've only tested Maelstrom, of course. I wanted an epic trinket here and I wanted to test it out because I know if it procs better than the one it did on private servers, then this will be the go-to trinket. And you can see here, it's doing more damage than your heroic strike. You know, your melee, of course, is going to be your bread and butter. You want to make sure you got some good hit going on here. Of course, I got my Edge Masters. Since I played private servers, I know you get the Edge Masters to the end of the game, or at least till next, you can be good to go. It improves your glancing blow damage, and it gives you 3.5% hit. So you put these on here, you can kind of, you have some leeway as far as getting some other equipment slots in there, as far as you're not going to be starved for doing hit. As you can see here, instead of going with the wrist guards I think Pure Flight, I'm able to go with the wrist guards of stability from Molten Core and things like that. I'm able to go, instead of having the True Strike shoulders, I'm able to have the Drake Talon Pauldrons and not suffer from losing that 2% hit here because of this provides 3.5% hit. And as you can see with the Darkmoon Card Maelstrom, you're getting way more damage return than Black Hand's Breath, which is 2% crit. You can be able to get that more with this here too. So that's my kind of my guide on using the Darkmoon Card Maelstrom. I think you can look on your auction house, start gathering those cards up. That's something that I do. Gather those cards up, cards 1 through 8, and then you'll be able to make your deck, turn it into your Darkmoon Fair whenever it's in town, and you can test it for yourself. But it's a good investment because it's providing the proc rate is increased, and that's something that people that played on private servers, that's all we would have wanted. So that's kind of my take on the Darkmoon Card Maelstrom trinket. I think it's definitely worth the investment here. As you can see here, 14.1% of my damage for that one fight. In raids, it's between 2 and 5% of your overall DPS for one trinket. So I think that's pretty awesome. I'll be kind of doing some more guides on this. Like I said, also follow on Twitch. I play there, you know, daily, every other day at least. I do my raids also on Sundays and Tuesdays. Twitch.tv, Reggie versus Solace. We're covering here live. Of course, I'm class lead for Warriors on Deviant Delight and Purge. You know, we're clearing Molten Core, we're clearing Blackwing Layer, simple stuff. And of course, I'm always testing out new kind of specs, new ways to kind of push the Warrior here with, like I said, testing out new trinkets and things like that. As you can see, I don't even have the Black Hand's Breath here because this outscales it. I'm able to do top, in the raids, I'm able to do top 2, top 3 DPS, and I'm the only one using this so far. But once people catch on to the proc rates, I think more people will start investing in and giving it a go. And this, I'm trying to pair this with DFT, and then I'm going to be set to like AQ and to the armor penetration trinket. But for right now, I'm pretty good. Darkmoon Card Maelstrom, definitely worth the investment. I think all Warriors, Rogues should be trying to go for this trinket here and be able to get that nature damage. The only instance I think that nature damage wouldn't be as effective in is Anchorage, because I think they have nature resist in that instance. But that's a few phases away. Right now, you're messing with fire. It scales perfect. Very few bosses resistance right now. I think it's worth the shot. Darkmoon Card Maelstrom, worth the damn shot. I think I paid, on my server, like I said, it fluctuates on your server. I think I paid under 600 gold for all 8 cards. It was able to form that. I think the last card was like 200 gold, and that's because he knew we both were kind of trying to make the deck. He had the cards that I did not have, so it was the last card I wanted to make it. Paid that 200 gold for that last card, but it depends on your server. But whatever it is, even if you have to pay 800 to a K, you can make the gold, especially if you have a mage. It's easy money. Go ahead and worth that investment there. I'm gonna try one more. Let's see, since these guys are back here. All right. So put my battle shot up. Cool. Let's see. All right. So let's rock it off and let's see how it goes, man. Don't think it proc there. Don't think it proc there. Yeah, it didn't proc there, but that's fine. 14.1% as far as the averages. It procced also 10% for previous fight. Definitely worth it, man. I think people should just kind of go for this one. Craft it off your auction house. If you find them, I would keep the cards. I would definitely keep those cards there. We just had a proc there. Had some big damage right there with that. Yeah, Lightning Strike. See, again, Lightning Strike. It procced once at the end of that fight. 223 damage. Like I said, it goes between 2 and 300. And it's 4.5% of my damage. This guy's just snuck up on me. Yeah, we'll take him down real quick. Well, yeah, follow him on Twitch. Trying to build my followers there. Reggie versus Solace. I do wild videos and things like that. Didn't proc on that one, but that's fine. I would say the proc is between 2 and 3 procs per minute. Most of these fights are shorter than that, of course. It procs well. It procs, like I said, I also have a Bone Reaver's Edge. It procs well with that. I've just started using the dual spec right here. I'm using the Crow Blade in my Blackguard, which I had crafted. Just had a proc there also, just missed that one. Ooh, 2507, that's pretty strong. Yeah, we had this proc there. Again, one proc, 266 damage, 4.3% of my damage overall for that. So that's amazing. Even if you get down to 1% of your damage overall in a raid, that's still strong having a trinket. And this was doing 4.3%. Of course, my execute was 40, which is pretty strong on itself. So that's it. That's kind of my test there. As far as talking about this Darkmoon Fair trinket, my name is Reggie vs. Solace. I stream on Twitch. You can follow me there, twitch.tv, Reggie vs. Solace. Feel free to give me a like and a follow as I build the channel. YouTube, Reggie vs. Solace, as you guys are going to be seeing this video here too. We're talking WoW. You guys can see my adventures in Blackwing Lair. We got ZG coming out. We're going to be trying to get that Tiger mount. And then progressing the Warriors going forward, man. Hope to see you guys soon in the next video. This is Reggie vs. Solace, signing up.